my daddy makes robots.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronian Beast, and let's talk Transformers. Alright, today we're taking a look at a Power Core Combiner figure. This is not one of those ones that comes in the gift set with all the Power Core limbs to combine with. This is just the centerpiece. This is Heavytread. And Heavytread I actually went and looked for because Heavytread is one of those figures that's just going to look really, really good with the Make Toys Mobile Missile Launcher set that's coming out, and it's been delayed after delay after delay after delay for this set, but it is pre-ordered. I'm getting it through BBTS. Hopefully it comes in soon. It's retailing for $50 or $49.99. The images that have appeared on online of the add-on set show it with Heavytread, and it looks phenomenal, like really good. So that's why I've been really excited to get this figure, and I actually actively went out and searched out Heavytread to buy him. Let's take a look at the packaging. There is Heavytread in there, old school Generations type box on the back. These sets come with a Minicon. There he is there. The Minicon is of no consequence to me. I really don't care about it. The main figure, Heavytread, is what I'm after, and so this whole add his Minicon to him for, power mode or something like that, I don't care about. It's not, doesn't interest me in the least. But it came with it, so whatever, we'll take a look at that. The Minicon itself has 4 modes, oh my god. Vehicle mode, robot weapon mode, and power-up armor mode. So, yeah, we'll take a look at that. But from what I've seen of the Minicon, it is a piece of junk. There is, nothing to it. So, yeah, we'll take a look at that, and let's get it open, huh? Alright, so here is Heavytread, and the first thing you'll notice is that the turret is a separate piece on him, and it's not really supposed to be. Simply put, he doesn't fit in the package with his turret on. So pretty much the first thing you do when you open up the box is you take the turret and you just snap it on the back, like so, and there you go. You've got Heavytread now with his turret, and he looks pretty good like that. We'll take a look a little bit closer at him in a second. I want to take a look at the Minicon first. Now, the Minicon's name is Ground Spike. This is him here, and he is a piece of crap. I started messing around with him, and his leg broke off. Broke off completely. It's just a ball joint in there, but it completely broke off. So, I'm not, like I said at the beginning there, I'm not too worried about it. This is not something that I absolutely had to have because of the Minicon. It's same as, it reminds me a lot of the Arms Micron stuff from Transformers Prime. There's, it's neat to have, but it's absolutely not necessary. So we've got this thing here. It essentially transforms into the add-on mode for the front of the tank, similar to that, and you put it on, so it's like a barrier breaker or something like that. Either way, it's a piece of crap. I mean, even the head of ground spike, you can't even really see it. It's like this big peg is here, and then this thing here is supposed to be his head. So whatever, I'm not worried. It's a piece of junk. But the main figure is Heavytread. It's quite doubtful that I'm going to keep Heavytread in his robot mode, or in his alt mode for that matter, once I get the mobile missile launcher from Make Toys, because I'm just going to add that add-on set to it, and he's going to be awesome, and that's the way he's going to stay. But let's take a look at Heavytread while we have him all alone like this. And these Power Core Combiner figures have got lots and lots of articulation. I'm quite surprised at how much articulation is put into these little guys, but I think it's mostly to do with the fact that they are combiners and you need to have joints in places in which you wouldn't think joints would need to be for their separate modes. So for Heavytread particularly, you've got a knee joint, which is a weird knee joint. It's kind of on the back there, so his whole knee kind of disappears, but it bends. You can get a little bit of movement if you want by bending his leg out, but it's not really supposed to go like that. You do have a thigh swivel there, and a universal joint for the hip, so you can go both ways there. So lots of articulation there. Nothing in the ankle, it's a solid piece there. Waist articulation, full 360 you can get. That's due to transformation as well. In the arms, a nice universal peg joint and ball joint combination to get a nice range of motion there. Down into the arm, there is no bicep swivel, but you do have like a low shoulder, high elbow joint added into a wrist. Yeah, I guess it would be a wrist joint there. So, or a low elbow joint. You're only going to get about 90 degrees out of that one. You do have a wrist swivel though, which you'll get about 180 out of. And there is no hand articulation, just a big gap. And that would be to hold his weapon, his ground spike weapon here. So you can kind of jam it in like that if we were to use it, but we're not. As far as his head goes, his head is on a ball, so you're going to get a nice range of motion here, and it goes 360. And as well, because it does move, the turret can go 360. Now there are two other pieces that move on the turret. The barrel will go completely to the side, 90 degrees, as well as this piece here, which I'm still confused as to what it exactly is, will come pretty much completely around, but I don't see a reason as to why it needs to move. But yeah, so that's the articulation on him, and yeah, so there's tons of it there, and there's even more when you get into combining him with the other figures. So we'll get into the transformation. We'll transform him into his alt mode now. Now obviously he's a tank. Now let's get into that. First things first, we're going to drop his head down into the hole provided, just like that. Next we're going to collapse his shoulders in on themselves, and that is done like this. You twist it up like that, you twist the arms and just bend them in on it themselves, and there's a peg right here and a peg right here, a port right there. They go right in on each other there. Perfect. And same on the other side. This now reveals the Power Core Combiner ports. You can now bring up the turret. That's good. One thing you want to do before you finish doing the legs is you're going to want to bring this piece down. This is actually part of the back of the tank, and it connects to the legs. So we don't want to do it yet, but we will want to do it soon. There's two pegs on either side and they connect into it. Now we're going to take his abdomen section and we're going to disconnect it like that and bring it all the way up. And it kind of on a double hinge here. So we're just going to bring it into that And now we're going to mess with the legs. We're just bringing them up. And we're really not moving the actual legs, we're moving the lower shin area. And we're just bringing them up like so. Just like that. And it's these things here that unpeg and come back around. And really I should have done them first, just because it's a little easier to get them in. So like that and like that, perfect. Now we can bring the legs back in on that. Come on, why isn't it going in? There we go. Okay, and now we just kind of peg everything together here. Remember, now we've got the legs in their spots. We're going to peg the legs into this centerpiece, and that's just right here. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. And lastly, we're going to do something with this. We're just going to move those up. They don't really disappear, they just kind of get out of the way. On the bottom, you do see the combined mode head, and you know, it's unfortunate, but it's there. He does have wheels for the tank mode, so it's good that he will roll fairly nicely, like so. My table doesn't roll very well. And lastly, for the combined mode, I'm just going to take off the other leg just because it's stupid. And I will show you what this ground spike figure was supposed to do. It's supposed to flip up that little peg at the front and jam it on there. And now you've got ground spike as his power-up weapon or whatever. Yeah, so that's it. That's what it's supposed to look like. Kinda. Whoops. But yeah, his alt mode is actually really good, even without the crappy power-up ground spike thing. I really like it. I really like it as a tank too. But yeah, like I mentioned, the main reason I got this guy was because he is a power core combiner, which will go with the Make Toys add-on kit. So let's put him into that center, combine mode, and we'll take a look at what he looks like. So essentially, we got to get him back into robot mode here. So we're just going to do that quickly. Flip those down. Bring the legs down. Unpeg the center piece there. I'm going to flip the arm tabs up. I'm going to bring the center abdomen area back down, peg it in. I'm going to take this piece here and we're going to flip it up, and that's where it's going to stay. I'm going to bring the legs up. We're going to expose those because they got to be exposed. Now, because it's in the way now, we got to flip down these little tread pieces, just like that. And we're going to spin the waist around, like that. Now we've got the more appealing camo on the front for looks, and the less appealing, kibble and treads on the back. Plus the knees will bend this way now too. Now we just have to lower the turret, and we have to flip up the big head. Now we can't just flip it up regular style. We have to open up this door here and we have to flip it up like that. It's a big head. And there it is. And that is Heavytread in his combine mode. His center combine mode. Now, if you remember, I do actually have a power core combiner set from before, Steam Hammer. He's the construction vehicles, or the Constructicons, as they bastardized the name. And let's take a look at what Heavytread looks like with Steam Hammers combined. So there he is. That is Heavytread with Steam Hammer's limbs. And he looks pretty good. He's not super tall, but I think he looks pretty good like that. He's going to look really good when he gets the Make Toys add-on kit, though. Like, really good. Like, you know, I want that toy now good. I can't wait until that stuff starts coming in. Anyway, if you guys have any questions about Heavytread or the piece of crap ground spike, let me know. Write it down or drop me a line in the comment section here in the video, and I'll do my best to answer it. I like reading all the comments. If you want to follow me on Twitter, please do so. You can check out my pictures and follow all of my Twittering action on by just following @CybertronBeast on Twitter. That's me. Cybertronian Beast was too long for Twitter, so I had to go with Cybertron Beast. You can check out all of my stuff on Facebook as well. I tend to put some pictures up there that are kind of fun and, you know, me just messing around with some of my figures here. So if you want to check those out, just look for Cybertronian Beast on Facebook, and that'll be me. But thanks for watching. This has been Cybertronian Beast, and I'll talk to you later.